again and welcome. It's been a while. Today's project is going to be my take on making an antique pepper grinder. Knowing nothing about pepper grinders, I was asked to make one by my son and his wife, so I decided I would go onto the internet and I did a search, and I ended up going for a model made by a company called Prokraft. And the reason I went for that, it has got cast gears which I think will stand the test of use and time. It looks solid, it is solid in the hand, it looks very well made, it's got a nice antique effect to it. It has a little door here to put your peppercorns in, and a little wheel at the top to alter the coarseness of the grind that you produce. So all in all, it looks a nice piece of kit. Now, I paid just over £13 for that. Now, John has a YouTube channel under Prokraft and also a website. He does a lot of different things. I won't go through what he does, but I'll put a link in the description below and you can go across and watch his videos, and he gives some very helpful hints and tips on how to get the best from the things that he sells. So a lot of the methods that I'm using are from John. I've looked at his videos several times on this, and I've added a few of my own. The grinders come with a full set of instructions on how to make the best of anything that he sells, and it gives you all the different bits of kit you need, the size of drills and Forstner bits or whatever, but you can actually adapt any method you like to get the end result. The other thing with these, they're very easily fixed. The easiest way is just to turn the body. This is a piece of olive ash about 6 inches by 4 inches. Turn the body to the shape you desire, drill your 25mm hole, screw this to the top, and you've got a working pepper grinder. But one of the methods that John uses is to recess this into the top, which gives a nicer sort of professional finish. So that's the method I'm going to be using today. And another thing as well, which is a great idea, is to catch the spare bits of ground peppercorn, a little base for it to sit in, and that's what I'm going to be doing out of the bottom bit of this. And the other thing as well, because of the easy method of fixing this, you could make several different body shapes as well. Like, for example, a Christmas tree for Christmas, and all you'd have to do is to unscrew it from the body that you use every day, stick it onto your festive one, and you've got a nice festive pepper grinder to sit on the table for Christmas dinner. The possibilities are endless, I suppose. Okay, without further ado, let's get on making this antique pepper mill. So now we've got the very basic shape, the next thing is to drill the holes and lay out for the recess. And again, you don't want to take it off the chuck because it's all nicely centered now, so I'll just go through the process. What I have to do is to drill a 25mm hole through the center to allow the grinds to fall through, but before we do that, we've got to lay out the recess and the recess for the lugs of the body. The first thing to do is to make the surface as flat as you possibly can, and then just make a little dimple in the center, so you've got that center to work from when you're laying everything out. Now, what I do to begin with, you simply draw a line through the centre as accurately as you can, and I just use my little centre finder here, but that's just to get the line so I know it's in the middle. So that's one line. Now the trick is, because the lugs, one lug will be here, one lug will be at that end. Now the trick is to get another line going through the middle exactly at 90 degrees to that. Now what I use for that is a simple school protractor, and this one has a little dimple there, which is great because it means I can put a pencil mark on it. So I line it all up in the centre, right on the line, and make a mark. Now if I put that mark through the centre, make sure it's there and there, that is where the lines will be, or where the lines intersect on the circle I'm going to draw now. Now through my experimentation before, this is the ideal diameter that I need. So what I'm going to do is just score a very light line on the top of the piece, and I'm using this metal scribe as opposed to a pencil because I know it's as accurate as I can get it. Now where this line dissects the perpendicular lines, that is where I'll be drilling the holes. Now the holes will be 8mm with an 8mm drill bit, and that's where the lugs will go. Now John suggests 7mm, which I've duly done, and in the part, and that seems to work quite well. So now we've got this, my advice is to drill the holes first for the lugs, and then the recess. Now again, a 45mm Forstner bit is suggested for the recess. I only had a 43mm and it was a little bit big, so possibly play in my drill press. So I'm going to do all the drilling on the lathe, and I'll be using my drilling jig, which I made quite a few years ago now, to drill the 8mm holes for the lugs, and we'll see how that goes. So with a little bit of fine adjustment, one of the holes was very slightly off. So as I explained in the beginning, accuracy is the key, but just a little bit of taking out a little bit of wood there, it's worked fine. That's in there nice and solid. I haven't even screwed it in yet, so I'm happy with that. So I can take that out now and drill the 25mm hole down the center, and then finish it off, part it off, and it'll be done, and just the base to finish. Now for this 25mm hole, you can use a drill bit like I am, or you can actual fact use a Forstner bit, whatever you require. So I'm just going to turn and make sure you go right through the body, otherwise your grounds won't come out. thing to note is that before you screw the mechanism to the base, drill a couple of 2.5mm pilot holes to aid the screws going into the wood, because you don't want to strip the screws. So place the body, the mechanism on the body, get it nice and even, and then simply screw in. They will go in at a slight angle because of the body. No great pressure, just get them to bite on both sides and then tighten down evenly. That's it. There you go. And there is the body finished. So we'll do the base now and then the job will be done. So a bit of a change of plan actually. I decided to use a piece of American walnut for the base, for the pepper grinder to stand in. So that should be a nice contrast. So what I've done, I've put it on a glue block and I true it up and I'll dish it out and get it just the right diameter so it slots in nicely, and we'll finish it and then that'll be the job done. Test. Open up the little door at the back there and put some peppercorns in. You get them everywhere else as well. Shut the door and we'll see how it works. There's your pepper, and as I say, for whatever grind you want, you can alter that screw at the top there for a coarser or a finer grind. Well, here it is, finished, the Prokraft antique pepper grinder mechanism, mounted on an ash body with some olive ash figure on the side here, and I decided, as I say, with a contrasting American walnut base to catch the residual peppercorns. All in all, I enjoyed the project. I hope you did too. I'll put relevant links in the description below, as I say, to Prokraft's website and YouTube channel. And thank you very much indeed for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you very soon. Cheers now.